Marshall Pruett. This is the Patricio Award. We are here at Texas Motor Speedway doing RACER's Walk and Talk series. This is like our third or fourth so far this year. I'm kind of liking the vibe where we just walk down pit lane, talk about whatever. Everything we're doing this weekend video-wise is brought to us by HMS Motorsport, the leaders in motorsport safety, so big thanks to them. So why don't we start taking a little stroll here, Pato?
Let's do it. Let's start off by talking about this fabulous paint on the grass.
Where you are expecting to do donuts
I make
Sunday
they're not on the grass this time.
Okay, all right. So I wanted to do this here at Texas with you, specifically knowing that son of Mexico, born and raised in Monterrey, but this state, Texas, is one that has a lot of meaning for you. Tell me about when spending a lot of time here started to become part of your young life.
Pretty early on, I have to say. I was 10, 11, so I've lived half of my life, born and raised Monterrey, Mexico. Half of the rest of my life has been in Texas, mostly in San Antonio. Yeah. I actually spent a year or so when I was coming and going from Japan a lot in 19 here in Dallas because my sister was going to college here.
Yes.
So Texas is very close to my heart. It feels like home just as much as Mexico does. And I mean, the community, the Latino community is massive here, as it is in fellow our friends in California.
All right, Califas, that's right. Mi gente.
But yeah, it's the closest race that I have to home. Hopefully.
We're hoping to change that.
Yeah, I hope to change that.
IndyCar, let's fix that.
Mexican Grand Prix would be phenomenal. But for now, this is what we have, and this is where I got my first IndyCar win, which makes the memories that I have from this place even more special.
Pew, pew. You got to shoot the little guns.
First time that I got to shoot some guns, so that was cool.
How crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I have to say, it's probably one of the tracks that is most terrifying when you first drive it, just because of the nature and what it feels like to be inside of the car here. Because
but that fits you, though.
No, completely. But I mean, it doesn't mean that I wasn't like, you
were screaming a little bit.
Clinching for a few laps. It's a hard, challenging, cool place. I think for the spectator also. I mean, you can probably tell me more, but I think it looks pretty damn fast when you're coming around like exit of 4. This
and Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the corners, most terrifying place we go all year long.
I mean,
it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's some pretty awesome stuff.
So we're talking about high times for you, winning here, success. Obviously, you being now for many years leader of the Aero McLaren racing team from the driver's side. You and your great friend, one of your best friends, Felix Rosenqvist, adding in Alexander Rossi this year too. We'll get to some of that stuff in a minute. I wanted to start though, when you and I first met years ago, what we used to call the Road to Indy, now the Anderson Promotions USF Championships. You came in, were kicking butt in the series we'd now call probably USF Pro 2000, Pro Mazda.
Yeah.
Team Pelfrey doing big things, trying to get to Indy Lights a little bit. Money starts becoming a little bit hard. And then there's a number of years for you where it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but your career kind of rose and then stalled and fluctuated a little bit. Looking back, how has that shaped you? How has that made you who you are today?
I've probably lost a couple hairs from those years. Those were the years where my career almost ended like 5 times.
You see over there, there's a 2-time Indy 500 winner by the name of Takuma Sato.
Takuma!
That guy is all kinds of awesome,
It's good to
by the way.
see you back in the
So
car.
happy. Takuma Sato, boys and girls. But you haven't had the smoothest path to where you are today, and I have to appreciate that put some age on you at a young age.
No, it does. A lot of people ask me, how old are you? I'm 23, but I feel a lot older.
50.
Just because of those, the 19, well, more of like 17.
Yeah.
And then 18 was a good year, but then 19. So like those 3 from 16 to 20 was very stressful just because I had no idea where I was going to end. I thought I was going to be somewhere, but I wasn't there. And then things started to come together. And then, the Formula One stuff didn't come together because of my super license. If not, I would have. It's just so many things that you're like, you know what?
You're living in a state of flux for many years
If I've
in a row.
learned something, you cannot plan. You cannot plan. You can have goals, but you cannot plan. You can't say, oh, in 5 years, I want to do this. So honestly, I am now dedicated to try and live my best life and enjoy the moment, because it just goes so quick. It goes really quick.
You shared some photos of you as, like, I don't know, 5, 6 years old, wearing your Scooby-Doo shirt and stuff. You might have been the cutest child ever.
Bowl cut.
Oh, I mean, you got to bring that back for Halloween one day at least. But during that kind of time in the wilderness where nothing was going exactly the way you wanted, you did something that I was really fortunate to see, and that was you went to IMSA. A lot of folks don't even know about that part of your career. 2017, Brent O'Neill, the Performance Tech Team, LMPC car, those things are kind of boxes, but regardless, youngest driver to win the Rolex 24 at Daytona and the 12 Hours of Sebring in a row. That's big stuff. Have you been able to appreciate that more as you've gotten older, knowing that that wasn't your desired career path, but it gave you a place to just show the world, hey, I got it?
I think it reverts back to, if you're waiting for something to happen, it might never happen. It might, but it might not ever happen. And I feel like as years have gone by, which I still feel fairly green, but like green, like new to it. But I've been through enough to understand that don't wait on things. Enjoy where you are. And I tell that to everybody because, man, I can't express the amount of times that I get this question. When will you be in Formula One? I don't know. Maybe in 5 years, maybe never, maybe next year. I don't know what to tell you. But what I can is enjoy where I'm at now.
Yeah.
I'm in a fantastic series. I'm in a great opportunity with a great team. We have lots of things in place to keep creating great memories to celebrate, make reasons to celebrate, and that's honestly all I can hope for. I mean, I love the position that I'm in. I feel so grateful that I get to be in this position because I know there's a lot of drivers that are so capable of being champions, winning many races, and they don't have that chance because they just weren't in the right place at the right moment. And I feel very fortunate to have had that opportunity. I knew that all I needed was that opportunity, and
you're the Camaro V8.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty awesome.
V8 power, baby. With getting that opportunity, that's where you can really shine, you know. And McLaren gave me that as a rookie. And
so we're almost at the end of pit lane here, so I'm going to throw a couple of quick questions at you. You mentioned Formula One. If you are Pato O'Ward IndyCar driver who retires at 45 or 50 years old, because Scott Dixon, Will Power, Takuma, these guys are all racing well into their 40s. If this is where you spend the rest of your career, are you a happy and fulfilled guy?
Of course. Wherever life takes me.
Monster trucks?
I want to try one. I sure want to try one.
I should have expected that answer.
I mean, that shit's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's anything that requires driving, man, I'm all for it. But yeah, I mean, it's I'm a very privileged boy to be in the position that I'm in, and sometimes you take things for granted, and I feel like this is definitely not the situation to do that, you know.
2019, you get an opportunity to try and qualify for the Indy 500. That doesn't happen. That guy who was so disappointed that day, thinking about where we are here today, Texas Motor Speedway, y'all finishing on the podium to open the season. You're one of the preseason favorites, contenders for a championship. Tell me about that guy, 2019, pulling onto pit lane, just full of sorrow and not sure where his career's going to. You're dressed in this papaya orange army, and you have an entire fan base, an entire team looking to you, knowing that could be our guy.
I can tell you one thing, that kid back then was so relieved that he wasn't going to be in the race, because that car did not deserve to be in the race. It was going to be a miserable 200 laps. So I'm actually ecstatic that that's what happened. And
thanks to our friends at Carlin Racing for trying to make that happen.
And And you know, the few times that I've had the chance in the 500, I think I've more than showed that I will be and will continue to be a contender there every year. And we're gonna have another opportunity this year. And we've had a 6th, we've had a 4th, we've had a 2nd.
I think by the numbers that means
I think there is one left. There's one left that we want to get, and I'd love to be the one that gives it to Arrow McLaren. I know it'd be their first Indy 500 win. You know, all of us together as a team, and we've all shared such great moments so far, and that'd be an awesome one to add to the list.
We're going to close on this. Texas Motor Speedway, your home track, your adopted home state. You have had this amazing Pato package.
Oh yeah.
Right? So which one of the suites are folks going to be in?
So somewhere over there where the checkered flag is going to wait, somewhere there.
150 to 200 people?
So I started with 2 suites. I packed them up and I pushed over to do another one. So I have no idea how we did this.
He's
but
a race car promoter, apparently.
We packed up 3 suites, 192 people total, 64 per suite. And
you've given away 500 to 600 tickets as well from
I don't know how many of those 600 people are actually going to come to the race. But honestly, if it's a good 50 or 60%, that'd be a lot of black and orange in the stands. So I mean, I really don't know how many people are coming, but for the suites, I can tell you it's going to be 192 exact.
Pato Award, appreciate you. Thanks for taking our little walk and talk here and all you're doing to help put people in suites in the grandstands and maybe get back to victory lane this year.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Let's go have a good show.